Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the latest session of our Weave in the Void campaign. We are going to be picking up where we left off last week, adventuring in the world of the Weave in the Void, which is our 5th edition tabletop setting created by myself, my brother, and my wife. We're going to go introduce everybody as we go around the table. Some of you might already remember who we are, but if you're tuning in for the first time, we'll get all the intros and stuff out of the way right now. So I'm Tim Anderson, aka Renfell, and we're joined tonight by my fellow wandering hermits. We've got Joey Anderson, aka Bim, and Christina Barrios, aka Chrisma. By the way, Chris, did you open up Fantasy Grounds?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
I know.
Sorry.
I didn't see you logged in. Chop chop. Um, And the three of us make up the Wandering Hermits, who are the creators of The World of the Weave and the Void, which is a 5th edition tabletop setting. It's also a point and click adventure game and a book series. And all this stuff can be found at patreon.com/wandering hermits and weaveandvoid.com. I'm going to apologize in advance for any cat noises you might hear in the background because we have we have rescue cats and we got everybody spayed and neutered. We have like 5 kittens and 2 very upset 5 months old in the room with us right now that are wanting to go out with their mom, who's calling everybody and saying like, "Come, I have milk, even though I've been spayed." And so it's a little chaos right here right now. So I apologize in advance for those noises in the background. Um, anyway, let's go around the table and have everybody else introduce themselves and what you're playing and everything else, and then we'll get into all the good stuff. Bounty, you're up.
All right, hello. I am a hedge mage, a high elf, and part of the Circle of Mages in Parthana,
Hmm.
but I left because I didn't like everything they said, and I studied fire and life before leaving.
Fire hot, fire burn. Chris, we already did introductions for you. Galoon.
I'm Sparrow. I'm playing Galoon, an entrepreneurial dwarf. I am a warden, and I have a pet honey badger, and our temperaments are very similar. So,
Mm.
and I don't like wasted ale. That'll
Oh
set
yeah,
me
the
off.
wasted ale thing is gonna be a roleplay thing that I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
push into your hands. Skinny.
Skinny is a half elf rogue spy who is embedded in the church, sent by the Circle of Mages to spy on the humans in the church and to report back to the Fae on the secrets that they're trying to keep from them.
Thamius.
Yes, I am the human paladin, Thamius. I am in this situation right now where I'm with a whole bunch of Fae, and I'm not a big Fae lover because I grew up in the church and was taught that they are the cause and root of evil in the world and all of the problems. And yeah, and my father apparently, according to rumor, had stolen a relic, and I would love to clear his name.
Mm. And I know we skipped over you two because we were doing introductions, but Bim, you want to do your background real quick?
Yeah, Bim Twinklebud, Brownie Ranger. Basically, he's on the hunt for Gizmo, the white albino boar, to claim fame as a skilled hunter, basically.
And Chrisma, what are you playing?
I am a sea elf, and I am a squashbuckler. And
Swashbuckler.
yeah,
Studying to be a boat captain. Hopefully own your own sloop one day.
yes, I hope.
Well, when we left off the last session, you had a rather traumatic evening, following a rather traumatic afternoon where you had been attacked by a bunch of rogues and ruffians in the alleyways and barely managed to survive, limped your way to the closest tavern, which happened to be the place where you had been sent in the first place by Thanon, a place called the Muddy Maid, ran by one Marilyn Mudfoot, and Halfling extraordinaire. And while staying your first night there and getting healed up and resting up, one of the rooms was attacked. Galoon and Chrisma managed to fend off some rogues who happened to be bearing the markings of the Raven Syndicate, which was very interesting to Marilyn, considering she has a standing agreement with the Raven Syndicate to leave her tavern alone. Um, Thamius was very, very badly injured, but through the efforts of the group, managed to survive the night and woke up and decided to check in with his um, captain. And the captain told him to go ahead and follow along and keep an eye out on this group to make sure that they're not up to any no good. Now, a little bit of backstory for people in the sense that the only person right now that knows about the fact that people are getting sick is Thamius's character, um, and that's information that he's keeping close to his chest at the moment. The checkpoints that the church have set up at this point, no one really knows what they're there for. It just seems to be heightened security, and it's a little sus, but we don't really know what's going on. But some of the church individuals, some of the clergy believe that the Fae are responsible for this, and so um, Thamius's captain in particular is very racist against elves and suspicious of all other um, folk. So in this case, it's mid-morning at this point. They were in the middle of breakfast when Thamius came downstairs. He had a quick bite to eat, checked in with his captain, and came back. Um, more food is on the table. This is a very relaxing morning here. Um, at this point, um, because the way we're doing this campaign, and this is for people who are tuning in live, and we've already discussed this amongst the party members, but we've done a lot of the brainstorming for the Escape from Parthana module in public, and we've also play tested this with our patrons last August and September. So one of the things that's public knowledge about this campaign is that there is a limited window of time that we get to spend in the city of Parthana before shit hits the fan. Um, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're going to be uncovering the city and exploring things at leisure. But it's not like, say, a city where you could just spend 3 weeks here and then go on. So strategically picking where you want to go is going to be very important because you won't have time to do everything given the time it takes to travel across the city and so on and so forth, because events will proceed as they will proceed. With that being said, not to spoil anything, but just to keep that in mind as the group is moving forward. If there are specific things that you want to do, you'll want to make sure you get those done before you run out of time, because there is that limited window um, before you have to actually do other stuff. So you've gotten back here. This is your second day in Parthana. Yesterday being the first, you delivered the goods. You had a bad afternoon. You had a really bad night. You're waking up. The day seems pretty well so far. You've had a good food. You've been offered a free stay at this tavern for the rest of your duration here in town to make up for the events of last night. And now you're enjoying a nice breakfast. Um, Everybody roll a perception check, please, as you're sitting here enjoying breakfast.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
My
Uh-oh.
modules are broken. Hang on.
What's broken?
My modules, it's giving me an error. Apparently, I'm going to have to load these every session. Now I know. My
There.
modules came unloaded maybe from that date. All right.
Oh, okay. It did roll. My bad. I rolled 3 times because it wasn't going.
Is it going to let me roll? Here we go.
All right, let's look here. Galoon got a 19. Bounty got a 15. Oh, skinny. Mr. Perceptive. Bim also got an 18.
No, technically my first roll
15.
was a 15.
Oh, was it? Okay, you're right. First roll was a 15. Okay. So, as you're sitting here, the morning crowd is a group of. It's not that big. There's only about half a dozen people in here at this hour. It's mid morning. It's not quite the lunch rush. You guys missed the early morning breakfast rush. So what we've got in here are some ship captains, probably, possibly some merchants, probably. Um, there are two individuals that catch Skinny and Galoon's eye. One is a dwarf sitting at the bar by himself. Um, and the other one is another dwarf sitting in the corner um, over a plate of food. And the reason he catches Galoon's eye because it's the first time she's ever seen a dwarf. Matter of fact, the rest of you wouldn't even recognize this guy as a dwarf right away. You might assume it was a halfling, but Galoon notices that it's a dwarf who, for some odd reason, he seems to be bearing a shorn beard, like he has like a very human styled short beard, as opposed to the full long beards that dwarves typically have. Dwarven princess representing here, as you know. Um, I mean, if you look at Thamius's beard, this is the type of beard that this dwarf has. So for you, Galoon in particular, it just looks out of place. It's something that catches your eye as you do a quick scan around the room as you all are finishing up your breakfast. Um, that's where we're at this juncture. Thamius, you enter the inn at this point in time, and um, as we're doing these descriptions, and find the rest of the group at their breakfast tables. Go.
All right. Well, I just walk back up and take a seat, and I'm looking for cheese on the table. Do you need cheese on the table?
Cheese is good.
All right. I'll grab a chunk of cheese and start eating it.
I'm gonna
Welcome
pour
back,
some out.
Brother Thamius. How did it go reporting back to the captain? I trust they had a quiet night.
Yes, nothing else to report. I just wanted to make sure that they, of course, obviously knew what happened. I didn't want anyone to get blamed for something that was out of their hands.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Have there been any other reports of people being rummaged through their belongings while they're sleeping? Was there a crime spree or something?
Nothing that my captain was willing to share with me. No.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good. Hopefully that's the last of it then.
Well, I know
Indeed.
I need to get some paperwork done today on the other side of town. That's what I'm planning on looking into.
And I'm gonna turn over to Bounty and say, and you had business today as well. I believe you had said.
I did need to check in with the Circle of Mages. They had summoned me for some reason, and I need to find out what that is.
Due to the attacks that your party has already encountered, are you all planning on staying together or parting ways?
Well, I have to get back to the church and check in for my day job. I just happened to be here last night and got caught up with you guys.
Hmm. I don't know who's going with me. I think I'm on the north side of town.
You would be in the same direction as the church.
Right.
So the church is going to be to the west. I shared a map the other day, if you guys have that in Discord, of the city, which we can bring that up now, actually, as we're. Let me go ahead and close the Muddy Maid Tavern map, and we will get open the Parthana map. Let's see here.
So maybe I could pair up with Skinny, if you don't mind, sir, showing me the way to. Oh, I don't even remember.
You should have a new map open now, everybody.
Yep.
You have the map, Chris? Okay.
Oh, that's right. You're going to like the human district, right? Like
Yeah,
for the
so
warehousing or
she
something?
would be going over to area 10.
Right.
And then number 5 is the Circle of Mages. Now, there's a few caveats to this. One is that Thamius, both you and Skinny would actually, Skinny, you would know the same thing that Thamius did. Sorry, I should have
Okay.
mentioned
No
that
problem.
earlier because you work for the church. Um, and you would need to report in to the Circle of
Right.
Mages. But the one thing that the both of you would understand is that the city is in a very dangerous place right now. The ruffians who attacked in the alleyways the other day, there's reports of that going on throughout the city, given the chaos and the fact that the criminal organizations know that something's up because of the heightened um, focus on checkpoints, which means the city watch and patrols that would normally happen are being diverted towards checkpoints and sort of quarantining in sections of the city, which means that the two of you know that travel alone or splitting the party up would probably be a bad idea at this point, given that it's more likely that you would be attacked um, going throughout any of the districts, especially and more so the human districts than the elven districts to date, because the human districts are where people are starting to get sick. So that's food for thought for the two of you as the party is starting to make their decisions on where they might want to go.
Will they share that information with us?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to say, well, it may be best that we stick together. You're all Fae. The church is very active right now, and I think staying with two members of the church is probably in everyone here's best interest at the moment.
I agree
Right.
with everything that's happened in the last couple of days.
So the idea is we want to all stick together. I mean, I've got a day job. I have to get back to the church. So
That's fine. We can go with you, and then try to help each other do all
get
the
place to
loose
place.
ends. Yeah, I think that's our best bet.
So Renfell, we're in the conglomerate of the blue houses there to the
You're at number
northeast
3
of.
on the map. Number 3, like right southwest of number 3, that bigger building, that's the Money Maid Tavern right there. So to go from here to get to the church, you would want to go southwest to the plaza where the fountain is, which is number 8. That's Heron's Plaza. Number 10 is the Human District. Somewhere in there, Galoon's got a map.
Sure.
Is where she needs to go for the city clerk that she needs to see to talk about getting some paperwork taken care of. And then from there, you would be able to go up to number 1, which is the Vestige Temple and the church proper.
Okay, so to make the best use of our time, we are very close to the Circle of Mages. We could hit that, and then on our way up to the church, let Galoon here take care of her business she needs in the Human District, and then the church would be the furthest location we need to go, unless there's other business I'm unaware of.
That sounds good to me.
And for the little one, I can promise you there are no albino pigs or whatever it was you were looking for in the city proper.
What are we drinking with breakfast? I'm just curious.
I'm having ale.
Okay, so we are having ale. Could you share the map again of the
The
inn?
tavern map again?
Yeah, please. I just want to see who's sitting next to me. I can't remember.
Please don't be me. Please don't be me.
The paladin is sharing this information with me about no albino boars. I don't know. That's just.
I have both
Heard
maps actually.
Heard you talking about the.
Oh, okay. So Skinny or Christmas City. Upon hearing this, as I'm trying to handle this big mug of ale, I'm just getting back. What do you mean there's no sign of white boars? I just pour my ale all over Skinny in just complete rage and frustration.
Well, that's a perfectly good waste of ale. What
And-
are you doing, Ben?
Well, I am sorry, I can't concentrate. He said no boars. I don't know. It's early. I apologize. Just outrageous.
All right. I just rolled a 6, so Galoon has to react to this.
Well, it was the cheap stuff, so I'm not going to get too crazy. But if it had been my stuff, I'd be tossing brownies around the room.
Let's roll a 6. Let's roll a 6, Galoon, to see how badly you're going to react.
All right.
So the dwarf would be tossing bounties. Okay.
So on a scale of 1 to
brownies.
6, 6 being really bad and 1 being, nah, it's not that big of a deal. 4 is you're reasonably upset about this.
You do that
brownies
again.
cut off. Yeah. Don't ever spill beer or ale around me again. Or
Who do you think you are? Tell me. I bought it. I could.
do you know how
What
hard
if
it
I
is
win?
for dwarves to make ale like this, and you just go pouring it all over some half elf?
Her honey badger is sitting up and snarling at you, Bim.
Uh-oh. Hey! Calm the beast.
Clean up the ale, and I'll calm the beast.
I'd like to stand up and tell Ben, listen, little one. I know that your culture probably isn't very rich in mannerism, but throwing your beverages on the member of the church could be considered an act of aggression in this city. Thankfully, our friend here seems to be mild-tempered, but you may want to try to learn a little bit of manners.
No kidding.
While you're in this city.
Thanks,
Manners.
brother.
Brownies.
An
There's a
apology would
crash.
be in
An
place.
apology. Oh.
Apologize. I was an accident. You're the one spreading bad news. I mean, how did you expect me to react at breakfast?
Not wasting decent ale.
Decent.
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 Yeah.
I've drank from better river streams than this. But
Oh,
You're lucky it wasn't my ale.
well, you haven't
I'd be
offered me any of your ale. Oh.
And I won't now. I'd be mopping it up with brownie parts.
Brownie parts.
As this happens,
I'll
it's
get
a-
up and
What?
start. I'll
there's
get
a-
up and start kind of shaking it and brushing it and start heading towards the bar to Marilyn and get a towel or something.
As you do that, the dwarf at the bar fumbles and also spills his ale all
Oh,
over the
come
oh
floor.
my God.
He's gonna curse and offer profuse apologies to Marilyn, and he's gonna offer to pay double. Skinny,
See, that's how it's done, Ben. Just saying.
Oh.
roll a perception check, Skinny, as you get up and go to the bar.
Dripping.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
At least you smell nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeez.
okay, yeah.
That's
no-
the first.
He broke his
He
eye.
hurt his eye.
Apparently, yeah.
So you're looking for towels, right?
Well,
There's
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Beer in his eyes.
Yeah, Marilyn is like just hands in the air. Oh my God! And she just throws a stack of towels at you as she takes care of the mess at the bar.
Thanks, Marilyn. I'll go back and start. I'll kind of put them on the table and on the floor just because, feeling bad
Okay.
for her busy.
Now I know why they don't sell decent ale in here. Everybody's spilling it all over the place. Let's get going.
All right, you've gotten cleaned up. It's about let's say it's about 10 o'clock in the morning at this point. From here, the safest bet that you'll know of, Thamius and Skinny, is going to be to stick to the main roads. The two of you should be able to get everybody through the checkpoints, even though you do have these Fae in tow. Is the desire to go to the Circle of Mages before we go to the church, or to take care of
Yeah,
Oh,
think
Galoon's
it
papers
was
first?
mages, then paperwork, then church.
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
idea. But Marilyn, do you happen to have access to a courier or messenger of some sort around here as a thing in the city
For purpose of what?
to send a note to the church to let them know why I'm not reporting for work today?
Are you asking the GM that, or are you asking?
He's
No, Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Yeah, asking
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Oh.
You'd be better off. Just you. There's a checkpoint right out front. Yeah, you'd be better off sending something with the church messengers.
Right, fair enough. Okay, I'll do that.
If you guys are going to get in trouble for not checking in, maybe we should do your thing
Well,
first.
Well, the captain's right outside. I was able to
Yeah.
check in fairly easily.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
All
be
right.
off then.
Chris, do we need to let them out? Or is that only? Sorry, I have to ask this real quick because is that just Lucas
Yeah, of
that's
course.
crying? Is it only Lucas making all the noise, or is she also making noise? Or is all the noise Dora? Okay, just déjenla afuera. Los dos. Apologies in advance for this, everybody.
Dora the Explorer,
They're being
got, like-
obnoxious right now. Like,
7 kids. Where was she exploring?
all right,
If
Chris.
it makes you feel any better, we can't really hear him. I don't think.
Well, Chris
Yeah.
is having to hold one of them because he's fighting her, wanting to go out. So it's better just to let them go out for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat saying they're not hearing it either.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
and I'm not nothing.
Okay. All right. Okie dokie. So I was slightly distracted because of all the cat drama. So are we doing?
I'm just gonna hit the
Oh yeah,
checkpoint kind of on the way
checkpoint.
to the circle, just to say, hey.
Okay, so you're gonna head out and go to the checkpoint. Yeah, you could totally leave a message that'll get sent over to the
Yeah.
church. And
Basically, the effect of I'm accompanying Brother Thamius with this group of Fae, and I'll just recording their kind of actions and stuff for the church.
Yep. All right, so from here, I need to get a different map up for everybody.
Should I be closing these?
I got both open.
You can, but share this one with everybody. Okay, there's a new map open, Chris. There's a new map open.
Ooh, new place.
Okay.
And as we're walking up, I'd like to lean towards Bounty. What business do you have here?
Honestly, I don't know. I was summoned from the last city I was in.
Ah, I see a
Yes,
summon.
Forkland.
Yeah, I received a very cryptic letter to come to Parthana to the Circle of Mages.
Okay.
All right. Well, everyone be on your guard. We don't know why we were attacked yesterday and why you were attacked in the night, and we don't know what it's related to. So everyone just stay on your guard, please.
I would think it'd be a little safer in the Circle of Mages area for Fae, since we've only been attacked by humans.
Or perhaps that would make it more dangerous. We don't really know what's going on.
All right. As you're making your way to the Circle of Mages, you make it past the first checkpoint, and you're heading southeast along one of the streets. And there comes a point when you're going to have to go around some broken down wagons and carts near the market area. And as you duck around the carts to hopefully avoid this, you have to go around into one of the side streets here. Need to bring this map up. And I'm going to share this map. That's the wrong map. Hold on. It's also the wrong map. Which one is this? This one will work. All right. So you're going to have to duck around onto this little side street to go around. And as you do, you're going to come across a group of 5 ruffians who are going to step out from the side to your group. Now I gotta very quickly get these guys onto the map, so give me a minute here. I'm gonna pull everybody's characters out. Charisma, Skinny, Bim, Galoon, Thamius, Bounty Code, and Brock. Hey, you've got time, Chris. I gotta set up this encounter.
Hey, real quick, I have a bunch of effects on BIM. Not sure.
Why?
We were testing last day,
Oh,
I think.
that's right. That's right.
Oh, by the way, I did have a solution for the for how to do all of the that video was very informative on how to set up all of the what are they called? Weapon proficiencies? Like if you want to take your bow proficiency or dual wielding or dueling
Oh,
or
yeah. I
combat
forgot.
focus efficiencies. I know how to set those up now, but that's an off stream thing. So
Yes.
let me just remind me at the end of the stream tonight. We'll set that up so I can get that in factored in for everybody. All right, let me look this up real quick.
We did. No, we're still in the human area.
You're on the border of the humany area with the elvish area.
And these ruffians are Human or fae?
We'll get to that in just 1 second.
Most likely humans, though. Like, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily true. I'm sure there's plenty of brownie ruffians.
That throw air at you when they
Ah,
get upset about it.
Are
All
we
brownies be a little rough.
what
All
number
right.
are we close to on the city map?
The market, which is
4?
I don't have the city map directly in front of me at the moment.
Or is it 8?
Or is it 7?
Market is right above Thanon's forge, like directly above it. Maybe a little to the left. I can't remember. I don't have the map pulled up, but
let me try to let me bring up the other map. I had closed all the maps down. Parthana. The number 7 is the market. So you're like southeast of the market, kind of like where that orange little tent is, where the path fades into dirt, and you're sort of on the border of the
Okay.
Elvish district.
Got it.
Okay. All right. So as this is happening, you're going down. You have to duck around these wagons, and as you are passing in the street, you are quickly surrounded by a group of ruffians, some hooded men. You get 2 of them who step out in front, and at the same time, 3 of them come out from behind you. And the first one, by the way, which order do you want to be in as we start this encounter? I just threw everybody in the map very quickly, but what is your marching order here?
I could see Thamius in the front.
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I'd be somewhere in the middle, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, same. Probably somewhere in the middle-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something like this then. All right, the 2 guys in front are going to step out and halt. They've got swords drawn, and the guys behind have crossbows.
All right, so I'd like to say, what do you want? And before you cause any trouble, just know there's a checkpoint nearby. One yelp from me, and you'll have members of the church surrounding you.
Roll an intimidation roll, please, sir.
All right.
I thought you were rolling a 2.
I
Nice
was going to say,
switch.
isn't that his
I
first
said
roll of
it
the
with
night?
great conviction.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's gonna look behind you towards the checkpoint, and you can see him wavering. Yeah, I just maybe you're right. So I'm gonna roll for the other guys here real quick, and that's the other guy. 2, 3 from behind. All right, I got a couple of 6s. These 3 guys are wavering. You got 2 behind. What are you talking about, Bob? You told me this was going to be an easy steak, man. Hey, no, we should let him go. That checkpoint, yeah, right behind. I don't want any trouble with the church. Bob, damn it. Just got us all out early morning for nothing. They're going to back off, and you're going
Ooh.
to get to move along your way.
Well done, Thamius.
Gonna kind of
What
brush off
is
my armor a little bit as we continue our stroll.
what is going on in this
Impressive.
city with these humans? Why is everybody all of a sudden? I've heard this city was wonderful. Why are we being treated this way here?
There
Is
are matters happening now that have the city in a bit of a fuss. In due time, the church will get everything under control.
What kind of matters are causing a fuss?
Matters I'm not at a rank to deploy out to others, but there are happenings in the city that would definitely suffice us to all be on our guard.
Maybe this isn't the best time for me to be signing any paperwork to start a
Uh,
business here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
As you make your way down the street, you get around the wagons and back onto the main avenue. The cobblestone path eventually turns into a hard packed dirt, and you notice that very gradually the buildings give way. On the southern side you have the dwarven structures. On the western side, on the northern side you have the human built structures, but trees throughout this section. As you progress further east, um, you're noticing that it went from being sort of sparsely forested with like little park areas set up in the districts to being more forested, and now you're on hard packed dirt road as opposed to cobblestone. And the architecture has dramatically changed around you, and you're now very much in the wood elf part of the city. So it's architecture that's been blended in with the trees and nature. The structures themselves are built out of wood and crystal as opposed to um, the handmade. They're naturally formed structures as opposed to actually carved and what's the word I'm looking for? Humanoid. Um, these are natural structures as opposed to those which have been built by the hands of man. And of course, as you go down these avenues, this one in particular starts to get a little wider, and then suddenly you're walking down a tree-lined avenue. Branches are arcing above you, and through the trees here and there, you can get glimpses of the towers, and eventually it opens up into the Circle of Mages, which are these 7 towers around a central core. This giant tower that reaches up into the sky. As far as you can see, squinting upwards, you can maybe make out the peak, but it goes up quite a ways. Um, Bounty, you've been here before. It's been a long time. Um, but the center tower is basically where the main library is, and it's where the Council of Seven sits. And around are the 7 towers that make up the individual schools of magic: the um, earth, air, fire, water, spirit, life, death, so on and so forth. Um, and a general summons like this would be you'd be going straight to the main tower to see what's up. Why have
Behold
you
the
been summoned
beauty of
forth?
the elven structures, everyone.
Boy, it sure is tall. And at this, I'm going to take off and go try to touch the very tip of the building.
Oh, that's
You're gonna try to
okay.
climb it?
I can fly.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
Roll a dexterity roll.
Oh no.
Dexterity check. Okay. You get about 50 feet up, and you feel your efforts rebuffed. Like you suddenly,
Ah,
it's you're struggling to gain altitude. It's
that's not
something
good.
is definitely pushing against you, and not allowing you to fly any higher.
Oh, well, that's no fun. I'll go back down.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, while I'm here, I'm going to check in with the administration. I know some paperwork the church wanted the circle to sign, so I'm going to let their clerks know that they're needed there to take care of that.
Okay.
Cool. All right, I'll try to make my way to the center tower and see what it is that they summoned me all the way from Forkland.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna follow very closely with Bounty.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hang with them. I don't have any business here, so
Okay.
Okay.
You enter into the main hall. This feels it's not a tree so much as it's a natural wooden structure that blends together wood and crystal and stone to create this massive tower. It's full of light. The interior looks more tree-like than the exterior. There's vines everywhere, up the walls, hanging across. There's globes of light that are hanging from the vines themselves. The floor is travertine, but it's not been tooled. It's definitely been formed with magic. Um, and in the center there is a teleportation pad that people are stepping onto and disappearing from. There's another pad next to it where people are appearing and walking away. So you get one that goes somewhere else and one that brings people here. Um, in each one of the alcoves in all direction, there's a lot of different alcoves where there are kind of like little nooks and crannies of libraries and books, and you can see inside these different alcoves as you make your way through the front door and off to each side. Um, there's like sitting rooms, there's chairs, there's lounge chairs, there's couches and other things, lots of books and bookcases and so on and so forth. And there are different um, mages from all the different schools are walking around. Um, the colors of the robes giving them away, of course. And you can obviously see race. All the races are present here, including some humans, but they're on other business. And ahead in the center, nearly in the center anyway, is what would be considered the administration or the check-in, as it would be, um, which is where you would need to go to get bounty codes information and for you wouldn't need to check in directly here, Skinny. You would need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I was hoping to get away from the party to go check in.
Yeah, you'll be able to do that. But
Okay.
let's treat that as a separate
That's
encounter
cool.
here.
That's cool.
So in the meantime, that's what you see as you walk in. Everybody roll a perception, please. That's Thamius, Bim, Galoon, Bounty, Skinny, Chrismo. Okay. As you
Galoon and
approach the main, what's that, Bounty?
I was gonna say Galoon and Bounty are so enamored by the
Clueless.
architect that we're like, ah,
They're so pretty.
it's
I'm
pretty, it's
staring at
shiny.
the portals. I'm really interested in stepping on one and seeing where it goes. So that's all I was looking at.
Um, as you approach the main desk, as it were, there's several individuals. There's a couple of elves, a brownie, a dwarf, 3 or 4 halflings. It's kind of a circular um, desk type area, and on the inside are like a dozen, excuse me, half a dozen clerks, as it would be, attending to different people as they're questioning. Um, there's no one in line in front of you, Bounty, so you can go straight up.
All right, I'll walk up to the desk and get someone's attention.
Yes, yes. What can we do for you? It's a halfling that attends you, a little female halfling.
Ah, hello.
Hello. She's
My
wearing
name
earth robes.
Earth, sister from the Earth uh, circle. Nice to meet you.
Yes, yes. What can I do for you?
I have this letter here that I received from Forkland Conclave. They were asking me to come to the
Okay.
Circle of Mages for important information or meeting.
She, yeah.
Hand over the letter.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me see here. Okay, okay, okay. Ah, I see. My condolences, sir. You must be the bounty in question.
Yes.
My condolences, Mr. Bounty. One moment, please. She's going to turn around and she's going to tap a little crystal rod on the desk next to her with a little wand, and you hear a little chime going off, and then it kind of it's very subtle. But it's a little chime that kind of rings softly and then disappears. And then she turns back around and hands the letter back to you and says, "It'll be just a moment, sir. Again, my condolences."
That's not doesn't sound good.
Um, a few moments later, another mage approaches. This one you recognize from the time you studied here before. Um, his name is Erinal, Erinal, excuse me. Um, he was one of your professors in the School of Life before. Life. Ah, Bounty, so good to see you. I hope that your journey was without incident.
It was fine until I got to the city here, and uh, trying getting to the inn. We got a little roughed up, but other than that, I'm okay now.
Are
Oh,
we here with him? Like hearing the conversation?
I definitely am. I'm sticking
yeah,
him like
yeah,
right
yeah,
on
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Then I
like
then I
right on
start
right.
grumbling. Getting attacked in the city. I've been told wonderful things. I've been attacked 3 times since I arrived yesterday. It's ridiculous.
It has been getting a little crazy lately, with what's been going on. But Bounty, the reason we called you here, your cousin unfortunately passed away. We weren't able to get word to you because of the Falkland conclave that was taking place. But she had requested that you be given her belongings um, in her will and testament.
Hmm, that's sad news indeed.
I
Sorry for your loss, Bounty.
Thank you.
Were you close?
That's a good question. That's a question for Bounty. I'll let you role play that scenario out. Her name was Doranel. She was a School of Life mage who initially was the one who helped get you a position here.
Not very good at her proficiency, it would seem.
Too
Dora now.
soon.
Oh no, she was wonderful cousin. She definitely introduced me to the circle of life, and it really is probably my favorite out of all of them. And showed me how to, be more effective with my healing and even so. No, I have fond memories of those times.
Are you interested to know what happened to her?
Does anyone have any more information about what
Uh,
transpired?
um, Perhaps we could talk apart from everyone.
Yeah,
Was she a
we
high
step
elf?
back. Wait, I'm
Yeah.
gonna step back at this. This is
Okay.
definitely a private matter.
He's gonna take you into one of the alcoves. He's gonna bow to the rest of you. If you'll give me but a moment, I can relay some private information to Bounty here, and I promise it won't take up too much of your time. I'm just taking a
Uh,
couple of notes here real quick.
I'm going to kind of like put my arms towards some of the seating arrangements here, some of the more comfortable seating arrangements.
Yeah, there's definitely some lounge chairs, some woven wood chairs that you can sit in. Um,
Can I go on the portal?
ooh, that's a good question. Yes, you can.
All right, I want to go on the portal. I'll pick up my honey badger under my arm and
Okay.
hop on the portal.
As you
As I
s-
see her running towards the portal, I'm going to say, "Be careful with those. We don't know where they lead to. It could be dangerous."
I doubt
Galo-
it's dangerous.
yeah, Galoon ignores the warning and
Mhm.
jumps onto the pad gleefully with her little honey badger. And there's a brief moment when you kind of feel something kind of like you're almost about to float up and away, and then nothing happens. And you're just standing there in the portal, and an elf walks by you and just kind of chuckles at you as he walks in and poof, disappears.
Rude. All
How
right, I'm gonna
rude!
step off and hop back on again.
Okay.
Breakout just spent some points.
Oh,
Oh, item.
Ooh, an
Yeah.
Who
item.
who you giving it to, and what are you giving? Breakout.
excellent. Like to give Thamius a book.
Oh, a book.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Oof.
That's
Oh,
good for
oh,
role play right
oh,
there.
oh,
So
yeah,
now,
oh.
since he gave it while we're in here, we're gonna assume the book was lying somewhere in here, or how do you want? Or I
No,
had it all
I'll.
along.
This is a book for
Fell on his head.
Thamius.
Cool, breakout.
That was a good idea.
Hold that thought. Don't forget about it,
I won't
Thamius.
forget. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my inventory. Just say book for now.
Yeah, that will come up. I know how we can. I know what we can do with that book.
Okay,
I know
I've got it
exactly.
added.
I know exactly what we can do with that book.
All right, love it.
All right, Bounty, you're gonna get taken away to one of the side alcoves by Arenol. Um, Let me open this up real quick. as you enter the alcove, roll a quick perception check, Bounty. Okay. You enter this alcove, and it's mostly deserted. There is an elf, a high elf, much like yourself, which is an oddity considering not very many high elves actually came down with the wood elves from the original after the Elven Civil War to help with humans. So this is a rarity. There might be half a dozen to a dozen high elves at the circle at any given time. His face looks familiar, but he's busy with books. It's just sort of a passing thing as you enter in. There's a high elf there who maybe you've met before. Face looks familiar, and he's reading through some books. You do get a glimpse of one of the books, and it says something about relations between elves and dwarves, um, but that's just in passing. Erlon says, I really am sorry about your cousin. She did leave you some of her belongings, but I really wanted to say that this is. You said you had some problems getting into the city. What kind of problems?
Well, we got attacked by ruffians. Before we got to the inn, we got attacked in the middle of the night, and then we got threatened by another group just before we got here.
It's getting worse every day, it looks like. Ever since the church started putting up their checkpoints, we still haven't been able to uncover exactly what's going on, but it appears to be something that's affecting the human districts, and the church is putting everything on lockdown. And because of this, we're having uh, encroaching. I know the Raven Syndicate has been having some rogue members attacking even some of our own houses on the outskirts here. I don't know what to think of it yet, but we're continuing to search for more information. Hopefully, we'll be able to figure out what's going on. As for
So then,
you, go
how
ahead.
did Daranel pass away? Was she attacked?
No, she was unfortunately caught up in an accident during one of the Circle of Death Mage. Were doing an experiment along with some of the Circle of Life, studying the after effects of some new potions that are being worked on. And there was an accident in the laboratory, and unfortunately, she passed along with two other professors. It was a tragedy. Um, and that's why we summoned you, because we didn't feel that it would be appropriate to just send you a message that she had passed. She did leave you a couple of items, which I can get to you here. She left you a robe and a ring. Um, she said that you would know what to do with them. Um, but other than that, the service has already been held to pass it to for her passing, and we have her ashes as well.
Okay. Um, Thank you for that. Not sure really what else to think or say.
Well, it's take all the time you need. In the meantime, I'm gonna have her belongings sent down to the front desk.
Her accident, is it something you're looking into?
It has been looked into, and we determined that it was just an accident. It's rare for these things to happen, but you yourself know about um, Thanolin and the fire accident that happened. What was it? Some 75 years ago when you were a student here. If you remember, he burned the entire right side of his face and lost his hand in the process, all because he thought that he could make a potion more potent with a little bit of fire newt, and he unfortunately didn't say the words correctly, and you know how that ended. It appears that
Mhm.
something of the like happened as well during what they were working on. I don't know the full details, um, but I know that it was looked into and there was no foul play discovered, if that's what you're asking.
Yes. All right, I will take the robe and the ring. And then, is there anything you want me to be aware of or look into or
I
see
would
what's going
say
on?
you're traveling with a member of the church, I noticed. How did that
Hmm.
come to be?
Well, that again, through the trying to get through the checkpoints, they were very not too friendly towards us, threatened us almost, and put the paladin to follow us through the city, making sure our stories checked out. They didn't
Well,
believe any of our stories.
tensions have been high between us and the church, but the checkpoints have certainly stepped things up a little bit in terms of making everyone feel uncomfortable. I would say just if you hear anything in passing, be sure to let us know. We're not sure what's going on yet, and having a member of the church with you might lead to some information about what's going on in the human districts, because they have unfortunately been unwilling to share with us about what might be going on.
Yeah, they haven't really told us anything either. So, but I will keep, asking and looking around, and we'll be traveling as a group because it seems it's kind of unsafe to be going on your own
Yeah, we definitely
these days.
recommend staying off the streets at night. But it sounds like even during day they're getting more brazen.
Yep.
Okay, well I'll have
Okay.
those
Thank
I'll
you.
have those sent down to the front desk for you. Um,
All right.
so at this point you can collect the items at the front desk. Meanwhile, Skinny, you can go up to one of the portals and as Galoon is standing there, jumping up and down on the pad, trying to make it work. Uh, you walk onto the portal, and you know this because you've been here before, and you've been attuned to the portals, and you
Okay.
feel that whoosh motion, and you're up on the next floor.
Well, he could have told me as he walked
Just
by.
just before I poof, I'm going to do a little flourish in front of Galoon and disappear.
All right,
Thanks
I'm
for
just gonna
being
get off and
you.
storm off to a chair and sit with my arms crossed.
Um, you're up on the next floor, which is the first floor. There are 10 floors in total that go up. Um, this first floor, you know exactly where to go. There's a back office. You're meeting with a woman named Mariel, who is a fire mage. And her office door is closed as you approach.
Okay. Um, as I guess when I get up to the door, I'll do the secret knock or whatever. No, I'll just knock on the door.
Tap tap tappity tap tap tap. Boogers. Um. Yes.
Tis Skinny Mariel. I'm here
Ah.
to
Come in.
report
Come
in.
in. As you open up the door, there's another individual seated at her desk. You don't recognize the individual. It's a
Okay.
human. And he bows very quickly to her, bows his head as you're coming in, and gets up and leaves the office. And she motions at you. Can you please close the door on your way out? And the other guy closes the door,
Yeah.
and she has you sit down in front of her. What do you have for me?
I trust that won't be a problem. I'm surprised to see a human uh, amongst us.
No, no, it's just another cog in the wheel.
Okay. Hopefully he knows that. Um, I guess I should ask you, like, should I tell her everything? Like, do I know everything? Do you want them to know everything
This would be
at
the
this point?
opportunity for you. Yeah. So at this point, the mages suspect um that something's happening in the human districts, but they don't know quite what yet because the church hasn't told them. You do
Right.
know that they suspect that there's a plague because humans have been getting sick and dropping like flies. And it's whatever it is highly contagious, and they're dying within like a 24 to 48 hour window. So whatever it is, it's quick.
Okay.
The morgues are filling up, and the church suspects that it might be a plague of some type, but it's unlike anything they've seen before, which is why they've started to cordon off entire sections of the city, and they're setting up checkpoints to control um, mostly the outgoing, but also who's
Right.
coming in. And tensions are high. Not all of the clergy feel this way, but you have heard rumors that the Fae are being blamed. The Circle of Mages, in particular, is being blamed for uh, provoking the illness and causing the illness. It's not a very common theme, but it's being spread around by some of the higher elders, that the mages and the mages and the Fae might be to blame for this. They're always out for us. They don't want us here. They
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. It's the
So
racist
it's
rhetoric. And now that people are getting
just
sick, it's
dialed up for a reason. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
it's
Okay. But it's
basically
sort of the beginning.
take COVID and anybody who
Right.
wasn't a white American and add that to the mix. That's kind of how we looked at it and
Yeah.
said that everyone's suspect at this point.
So it's kind of at the beginning of the tensions
Yes. Oh yeah.
that are going to come. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So I trust Marilyn. You know about the illness that's starting to
No.
hit the humans. Have you not heard
We've
about that? Or
no. We've the person who was just here was mentioning something about the he had seen one of the morgues. There was a large group of paladins and Templars who had taken over one of the morgues, and he was reporting that to me, but he didn't know why yet. What? Tell me more.
so they don't know the origins of it yet, but there's quite a plague that's ramping up amongst the humans. It's even led to them quarantining parts of the city, and it's very fast acting. Within 24 hours, they're having fatalities of getting this, and even some changes. Like, do I know the changes? Or no, there was no changes yet. They're fatalities at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just yeah.
fatalities. Yeah, within 24 hours, people are dying. Uh, they're probably the worst. Well, it's bad enough, but the worst part for us is there are some of the leaders in the church are starting to think that we could be involved in creating it, since it seems to be at least in large part humans that are being affected. Uh, none of our folk, or at least I haven't heard of our folk filling up the morgues yet.
Hmm.
At least to the same, certainly to the same level that the humans have been.
Hmm.
So, like I said, I think the thing to watch for is we've always had to deal with the racist humans, and some of them feeling we're encroaching on their lands and their trade and things like that. But it seems to be stepping up a notch with some of the church leaders.
All right. She's taking notes the whole time you're talking, nodding her head. Okay.
Now, of course, I'm not high enough to know if they've discovered a source or anything like that. I've just uh, seen some of the troop movements, and some of the redeploying to checkpoints from the standard patrols. They seem to now be focusing on, uh, like I said, stopping people and checking them,
Yeah,
in large part keeping them in.
we've had reports of these checkpoints. Have you actually experienced one of them yourself yet?
Um, Not really, because I had to report into one, because I'm now traveling with this group. You're probably not aware, but there's a group downstairs that I'm now traveling with, and there's actually a paladin among them. So it's kind of good to be close to him and to be able to
How did
find out more
you
of what he knows.
how did you get involved with a paladin? More importantly, how did a paladin get involved with the group that you're describing to me? That's interesting.
Yeah, he actually seems to be really following one of the mages in the group. He's a hedge mage that was summoned here. I Sounds like a relative of his passed away. I didn't quite catch the name, to be honest. Sorry about that.
Hmm.
But he's been following with them, and so the church told him to kind of keep an eye on everyone, and I reported in that I'm going to keep doing that, because otherwise I wouldn't have shown up for work today, and they would have been wondering where I was. I
Okay.
just happened to be at the Muddy Maid, and stuff happened, and I kind of wanted to stay in cover, so I grouped up with them.
Well, you should definitely keep an eye on things. See if you can get this paladin you're traveling with to go back to the church with you and find out more, or perhaps attend, if you can, one of the morgues, or find out more at the checkpoints and see what you can discover.
Yeah, I'll try. And one of the things staying with this group, it does allow me to move around the city more, of course, instead of being stuck in the office. So I'll be able to check things out, hopefully, as we move around.
Okay. Well, that'll be all for now. Stay close. Let me know if you find anything.
Yeah, of course, Mariel.
Okay. You
So I'll
can
be back.
then go back down. While you were doing this, bounties, the items are sent bounty. There's a robe that was your cousin's. It will give you +3 to your healing spells, and then a ring, which gives you +1 to your fire spells. That's potency and damage. So to hit and to the +3 to hit, +3 damage. Well, it'd be +3 to hit, +3 potency on your heals, and +1 to hit and +1 fire damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Go cousin. Go
Nice
cousin
cousin,
Elf.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a,
for
that's a
real.
sweet robe.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Has Bounty returned back to us?
And then inside, as you put the robe on, there's a note inside one of the pockets. And as you take the note out and look at it, it has something strange written on it, but you don't know what it says, Bounty. It's in some script that you've never read before, but it was definitely signed at the bottom by your cousin, and it says to Bounty from Dorano.
Now, can I roll a perception check to see if I've seen that he looked at this note?
Yeah. Just give it like a 15 or higher. It was something you felt it tucked away, kind of briefly looked at it.
Paladin has bad eyes, so let's see what. Oh, okay.
No, they're
you
good enough this
That's not bad.
You definitely saw him
Now,
pull it
obviously, I
out.
wouldn't read what it said, but I saw that.
Yeah, no, he
got a
pulled it
note
out, read it. You know, however you want to react to that, however you want to do that, Bounty. But
Yeah.
he definitely saw you read it.
I mean, I'm still standing with the rest of the group, so I just seen it from afar. But I'm like I'm not being sneaky about it. I'm like standing like this, looking in your direction. So
Well, since I don't recognize the writing, and it'd be like I've seen a lot of probably different weird writings from the different circles and stuff, and I don't recognize the writing.
Correct.
Okay, well, I would be like, I don't know. I'd be like Thamius. Do you recognize this strange writing from maybe the Church of?
yes. Let me see that. I doubt that I personally. Most of my training was in martial arts, but if you could hand that to me, I could definitely get it to the hands of someone who could translate it.
Ooh.
Have my hand out, wiggling my little fingers.
Well, let's see if you. I'd like to hang on to that because it is a note to me. But if we come by someone who you feel is a scholar in strange languages, maybe you could inquire for me.
Yes, I could certainly arrange that for you. Tuck that away in the meantime. Don't
you.
show that to anyone else.
Roll a 6, Thamius. If you roll a 1 or a 2,
Okay,
you
I'll
know
memorize it.
No, you'll know a linguist who's a specialist in the.
No, I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
nobody. I was okay. All right, that's
What's a
fine. I don't know.
linguist?
Yeah. I don't even know what that word means. I'm just going off of what he said. Apparently, there's
Oh.
people who can read things that.
I know you said if he rolls a 6, he knows a linguist.
No, it's one or two.
Oh.
The flavor, the higher is the worst.
Gotcha. It's like, is that licorice?
Yeah.
So, is there any kind of inn in this area that would be safer for us to stay at? Because we've been attacked outside the Muddy Maid. We've been rummaged through our gear in the Muddy Maid in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
There's nothing better than
But it's
free.
free. It's free.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it's
free.
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 My favorite kind of inn.
So
Yeah.
is there an inn here? Or
Look, you're gonna have to put up with a little bit of craziness at a free inn, but hey, it's free.
no, I'm
With
sick of these humans.
with great luxury comes great costs.
Hey, that's not a human inn though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right. That's
I mean, there
what
could be a tavern. Let's roll for it.
But we still
Uh,
have plenty of time left in the day, right?
you left there and traveled. It was about, what did I say, 10 o'clock when you left?
Yeah.
It's about 2 o'clock in the
Mhm.
afternoon at this point. Um,
I've kind of decided I want to see around the town, take the temperature a little more before I start making any decisions now.
everybody roll a perception check, please. Okay. Skinny, as the group is discussing things and the note passing is taking place, you notice a half elf nearby who is his voice is raised in frustration, discussing something with a another mage um, nearby. You can't hear out. Can't make it. We can't make out what's being said, but you just notice a half elf, very frustrated half elf, and heated discussion with a mage.
Okay. And is this still like in the admin area or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that?
in the main section here.
Yeah.
It's a earth
Um,
mage.
okay. Well, I guess I can go over and hey, how's it going? What's going on? I clerk for another place in town. Maybe I can help you out with some if it's an administrative issue.
Uh, administrative what? And a very confused look comes over this half elf's face. He's got an object in his hands here, and he's consulting with this individual. Um,
Hmm.
and looks like a pendant of some sort. The mage in question turns to look at you and frowns and says, "Can I help you, friend?"
No, this gentleman seemed to be a little upset about something, so just figured as a neighborly thing, I'd try and help out if I could. If I could, but
The half elf turns to you and he's got this pendant in his hand and he says, "Well, if you can't figure this out for me, Foen, maybe this man can." And he's gonna thrust his hand out, and in his hand he's got this pendant. Roll a history. Roll a history
history,
check. Yeah.
probably not. Eh,
16. Um, you're from the church. Yeah, you do know this. It's called the Eye of Rencall. It's a symbol that was used by mercenary paladins once upon a time. But the group um, hasn't been active for a very long time. Several decades. It used to be that the Rencall, basically, they were church paladins who would unethically, according to the church, hire out their services as mercenary warriors. And they would do side jobs to make coin. Now, this was frowned upon by the church, so it was
right.
sort of an underground type of activity that existed, but you do recognize this pendant.
That's an interesting piece. It's actually it's called the Eye of Raincal. It came from a group of mercenary paladins. Actually, am I still in earshot of everyone else or no?
No.
Okay, because I'm certainly not talking loud. Yeah, it's from a group of mercenary paladins from
Roll a perception
decades or a
check.
long time ago. Uh, So it's pretty incredible that this has come into your possession.
Oh wow.
And this guy's perceptive, I tell you.
Right. Yeah.
Apparently.
As you're looking at it, you notice it's got some rust-colored specks on it. Might be blood stains.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty wild that you've come across this. Has this been
Fowen,
in your family?
Fowen, yes, it's been in my family. This used to belong to my mother, and I came here to talk to Fowen to see if he could find out where this came from, because this pendant came from a mage.
Hmm.
It makes no
Uh,
sense why they would come. If this is from paladins, how did it come to the possession of a mage? Fowen, what's going on here? The mage that he's talking to is very flustered looking at this point. Um, uh, excuse me.
Sounds like
Um,
maybe his mom's
mhm.
been up in some plate mail, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, was your mom a paladin or something? That's kind of odd.
his look, a very troubled look, comes over this half elf's face. Um, yes, my mother. It's That's a topic for another time. But this pendant belonged to her. And I've been searching for it for a very, very long time, and I finally found it, and I'm trying to find out where this came from, because before her, because if it came from a mage and they had ties to a paladin, then we might be able to find out. And he breaks down, and his voice chokes up a little bit. My mother was killed all those years ago, and I've been searching for a way to put her at rest, and I've been searching for those responsible, and I finally found this pendant, and I had come back to see if we could find more information about it. Um, Fowen's gonna pick it up now and look at it more closely. He's gonna turn to look at you, Skinny. The Eye of Rencall, you say? Um, Now that you mention it, I do remember something about these groups of paladins, but they haven't been heard of in decades.
Exactly.
I don't know how this could be tied into anything. Hmm.
Could they have resurfaced? I don't know.
We would need to search the archives to find out more information. Um, I mean, I don't know enough about them to know.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I will. I guess I can see if we have anything in the church about this, and I guess I could let you know if I find anything out from that direction.
I would greatly appreciate it, he says. Meanwhile, he's going to turn back to Fowen, the circle mage, and they're going to continue the discussion about the item in question and whether or not they can
Mhm.
find any information in the Circle of Mage archives.
I'm gonna take out a little bit of
Okay.
ale I brought with me and start drinking.
Okay. As you turn away, Skinny, this individual is gonna. Oh, but stranger, what was your name?
Oh, Wayland. My name
Wayland.
is Wayland. Yes.
Okay, I am Haldren Jareel. Um,
Haldren. Well met. Now, do you
um,
live in the city? I'm assuming if you're here.
I am here for now.
All right.
Are you from the church? He looks over and he sees Thamius, who's obviously you're both wearing church robes.
Yeah.
Um, perhaps you
I'm
know
a
of,
clerk. Yeah.
yeah, perhaps you know of my brother Ragolorm.
Ragalorm.
If you
Do
see
I know?
him, if you come across Ragolorm in your travels, can you please let him know that I found the pendant from our mother, and I may be able to finally find out what happened to her.
So Ragalorn is in the church?
Ragolorm is a paladin, yes.
Ah, okay.
His brother's a paladin.
Um,
So for the viewers who are watching, Haldren and Ragolorm are real life brothers who played in our test group. They're Joey's friends, Ian and Tristan. And as part of the playtest group, I put all of these characters in the game as quest givers and NPCs. So shout out to Haldren and Ragolorm. This is your quest line, guys. This
Nice.
is this is one of the side quests that we put in, that players can come across as they're going through.
I'd like to lean over to Bounty and kind of point over to a Galoon and be like, "Is that appropriate within these halls?"
What is Skaloon doing?
Drinking.
She's drinking.
Oh, jeez.
She's getting a couple of dirty looks from some elves, but no one has said anything yet.
I give him dirty looks back.
That's a very dwarvish thing to do. I gotta say.
The dwarf is like, I'm bored. Your stupid teleporters don't work.
All right, and Galoon, you have business to attend to. You seemed maybe a little skeptical.
Yeah, I think I'm going to wait at least a day. I want to see around this city. It's not living up to what I've been told, what my expectations were about opening my own tavern here. I may need to look elsewhere.
Yes, it's troubled times for sure. What about everyone else? Any other business anyone needs to attend to?
I'm good. I'm here, back, right?
What's that?
Am I back?
Oh yeah, you were
Yeah.
at the counter. They brought your
Okay.
cousin's stuff down. Skinny has come back to the group.
Okay, great.
So this is what you all come back to.
Yeah, no, I got the news and her personal belongings, this fancy new robe.
What became of her?
There's an unfortunate accident that occurred that like a freak accident with one of their experimentations, and it's unfortunately, but they looked into it and it was no foul play. But yeah,
What sort of experiments were they doing?
something with potions, and they didn't really give you too many details, but yeah, some potions went bad.
Paladins are nosy these days.
Well, he makes sense. Yeah, we want to know.
I'm concerned. His,
Somebody,
I
yeah, I get it. Someone dies.
family member passed away and unexpectedly, and he came all this way. And potions, though.
Yeah, I know. Weird.
And you trust these people that you spoke with, I assume?
I have no reason not to. I've spent many, many years learning. I don't care for some of their politics, but I would not trust their word and what they tell me. So unless I find otherwise, I do have, I don't know, Skinny. Are you skilled in reading ancient languages?
No, I'm quite good at reading modern contracts, but unfortunately, the ancient languages don't that weren't in that.
Yeah, the one he most recently read was called "I Come from the Beard Down Under."
Exactly. It's got a lot of artwork in it, you might say.
Yeah. There you go.
So it sounds like the most pressing business here is trying to get this note translated. Bounty, if I believe we should probably head towards the church. I'm sure I could find someone that can get that translated for you.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Yes, let's head that
You
way.
sure you want the church reading your private letters?
Well, if it's, I guess I should ask someone here, but I don't recognize it at all of any, I would imagine it's something like.
You might want to check here before we check in the church. There may be somebody here who could read.
I'm gonna nudge him as he's saying that because he's, as far as I know, he's with me.
But, good point. Okay. All right. And actually, Ren, just before I came back, I would have found out where Haldren was staying or something like that, just so I could get in touch with him. If I
you'll be able to
you oh wait, I guess I don't know that. Never mind.
Yeah.
And I'm, as far as I know, I'm trustful to the humans. I haven't been part of this city's weirdness, and so I would reach out. I'd say, like, I'd be able to ask Skinny, do you understand any of these glyphs or words?
Yeah, you're not. You don't have the prejudices built in that everyone else has here.
That I do.
It's kind of like it's kind of like if you've ever. That's just you don't have the built-in prejudices that everyone else has here. What are you snacking on, by the way? Because I'm starving, and that looked delicious.
Which one?
Oh.
Bounty?
Something red. It looked yummy, or orange or something.
Was it some of his famous beef
jerky?
jerky?
No, Ruffles, barbecue
wasn't the famous beef
man.
jerky. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll stop.
No, it's all good. I'm like,
He still got his
live vicariously.
birthday loot.
Vicariously through you. Oh, nice.
Birthday
That's my
baggies.
birthday loot. Yeah.
All right, so I'd like to kind of get everybody moving towards the church. So we
Haldren can be found back here. He's staying
Okay.
at a friend's house here in the Elven District.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
he's here. Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I don't know that that's where you're going at this point.
No,
but
it's not.
You're
It's
pushing people
just
to
if I
go to the
find something.
church
Yeah.
because you're wanting to find more information out about this letter that Bounty got from his cousin. See if perhaps the translator you know. Let's give him a name. Actually, let's roll a 6. Is it a man or a woman? 1, 2, 3. It's man. 4, 5, 6. It's a woman.
If it's right in the middle, then it doesn't identify. All right.
Correct. Could be a bearded dwarven princess.
Gotta give everybody a fair shot at the roll.
His name is. Let's just call him Larry.
Larry.
Old Larry. Oh, Larry's a good translator, Bounty. He's
Larry the linguist.
Larry
top
the
notch.
linguist, awesome.
Larry the linguist is perfect. All right.
So you know an old man named Larry the linguist who
Oh,
And
lives
let's
at the
look him.
Vestige Temple.
does he live like? Would I go towards the human settlement, or would
Yeah.
I go to the church to find him?
He's got a shop set up in the church district, and he specializes in old scrolls and books and things. So.
And on the way
Perfect.
there, I'm very excited, and I'm chumming it up with Bounty. I'm putting my arm around him like this is we're going to find out what this means, and this could really be something great for you to learn what happened and all that kind of thing.
I have nothing to think otherwise.
Okay.
Trusting elves.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? All right, let's
Walking.
go back. Let's see here. You're going from the church all the way back. So we need to roll this. Oh, shit.
Oh, jeez.
Is that good or bad?
That's
I
bad.
don't
No, not good.
That's bad.
Okay.
That's a
Five-
critical bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 owl
Yeah.
bears.
Hang on, I gotta scroll up.
Yeah.
Five out bears in the city. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that is going to be a random encounter of significant magnitude, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
jeez.
20 Ruffian. No.
It's not
I
20.
don't think
I
I'd.
knew I didn't want to leave the elf area.
All right, so as you're leaving the Elven area, you get back on the main road, you go through a couple of checkpoints, you're past the. Let me open up the map here real quick. Just do you guys still have the Parthana map open?
I do.
I don't.
I do
I
not.
don't.
All right.
No.
Parthana map of POIs. Get this shared.
Right there it is.
So you're going to be northwest of the number 8 on the map, so about halfway up there. And they're going to come out from all sides. So I got to get an encounter up here for everybody. We'll just use the same one we used last time because that was a good map. All right, I got to share this with everybody. I got to rearrange some stuff here. I need marching order from everybody.
Yeah, I was up at the front with Bounty.
Okay, you're gonna
Because I
be
was
going
coming a
from
mile.
the bottom right up to the top left. So I'm just rearranging stuff
Right.
here. So you're up front.
Yeah, and I was with Bounty.
So Bounty's up there. You guys.
Sorry,
are
Bounty, to
buddy
put you in the front,
buddies.
but
Hey, I'd rather be by a tank
Galoon, Brock.
than in the back.
Somewhere in the
Might-
middle-ish.
might be a dead tank here in a minute, though. Be careful.
That's good.
Oh, I can heal. I got this Uber robe. I feel so extra healed.
Oh, you do have that good.
Very healy.
All right.
And as I see them approach, I'm going to reach over to Bounty and remind him about if I'm unconscious, I can't accept his heals.
Right.
All right. So I got
We'll just
one.
leave you dead then and have a drink to you.
I think me and Bounty are getting close.
I'll be talking him out of that.
New episode of The Odd
Silly.
Couple coming? Is that the idea?
Silly elf.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness, we are
Oh,
screwed.
yeah, we're done.
So as you are going down the main street, it's about you were leaving there. It was about 4 p.m. So this is about 6 p.m. at this point. It's getting towards sunset. It's late afternoon sunset. You went through a checkpoint about 10 minutes ago, and the street has been fairly open as you go through this residential district. And it's very quick. This happens all of a sudden. You're going to hear some sharp whistling, and you're going to quickly find yourself surrounded by these guys. Roll a perception, everybody.
Like, who would attack a
I'm very
paladin
perceptive.
in the city?
I'm
Not
back.
that time.
I'm so bored with everything that's
Oh,
going on.
charisma.
Chrisma. So
Oh, nice.
Chrisma,
Look at Chris.
Nice.
you recognize the man in front of Thamius. Do you see ruffian number 3 directly in front of Thamius? It's the middle one. Yep. Ruffian number 3 and ruffian number 2 and 1. The 3 guys in front of Thamius and Bounty Code are the same ruffians from earlier in the afternoon. And as they step out, well, looky here, boys. Look what the cat dragged in. And whistling, hauling, swords are drawn. Um, crossbows are out. They are looking at you. And the guy in front comes up and says, "Hold up! 50 gold is the toll, ladies and gentlemen."
On what authority do you have to ask for
The
tolls?
authority of my blade.
All right, we rolling for initiative as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, roll for initiative. Everybody
Yeah, I'm
is
pretty fed up with
Yep.
the ruffians.
My sword got stuck in my sheath, it looks like a little bit there.
a little sticky. Who just rolled a 1 on their initiative?
Brock.
Oh my god.
no!
Oh.
Poor Brock.
Honey
Brock was,
Badger's Honey Badger's a little drunk from earlier.
Yeah,
He's feeling the effects of the ale that was sucked down back at the circle of mages. He attempts to growl and it's a frothy. All right, Skinny, you're up, sir.
Shit. How fast can I run away? Bravely. It's- s-
Can you
okay.
hide in
I guess.
shadows and like?
Yeah,
hide
not
behind them?
really. No, I'm assuming they'll follow me from here, but I guess I'll have to go after 8. Yeah. So what are these guys carrying? Like, are the ones back here with crossbows? Or...
There's a few of them have crossbows. Few of them have swords. They're dressed up in basic leather. A couple guys have chain. It's very not high quality.
Mishmash.
Yeah, it's mishmash
Yeah, okay.
stuff. These are not organized guys of any
Right.
type.
Okay. I guess. Yeah, not a lot of options. I'll just pull up my rapier and go after number 8, I guess.
Okay.
Sorry. And where do I find that again? Under actions.
Well, there's
right?
a couple of yeah. It's under your
Okay.
Hang
Yeah.
on, I gotta open up here. There you go. You'll need to actually either select the one you want to. You can control click to select, or you can just drag your dice over the top of it when you make the roll.
Right. I think that's good. Right? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, technically it's a hit, but
Yeah.
For the system to register it automatically, we'll need to actually have it be a hit.
Okay, I see it. Yeah,
All right.
that works.
Now,
Okay.
now you
Yeah.
can just drag the damage over the same guy.
Okay. Now,
Or since you
is
have him
he
targeted,
Or
is
that.
he within 5 feet of Bim? Because I would get my extra damage if he is.
Yeah, let's just say that he is, yes.
Okay. And then
How much extra does it do?
D6.
All right.
Can I roll a D6 on there or no? Do I find that? Oh, there it is, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have to manually
No.
do the d6.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
roll it for him.
There we go.
Oh,
Does that work?
max
Oh,
damage.
nice.
There.
That is a dead bandit. So you turn around and whip your rapier out and Zorro style stab, and the guy goes
Nice.
down as you thrust your rapier through his throat with a gurgling. All right, that's a
Okay.
dead ruffian.
Why did he get an extra D6? I was just curious.
Sneak.
Sneak attack.
Perfect.
It actually doesn't have to be from behind. It's as long as he's within
Yeah.
5 feet of another enemy.
Which is
Gotcha.
something we never took into account, Joey, when we did the
True.
Lost Mine Defend Over. Because
That's why I was asking.
I'm still a noob somewhat to 5th edition, so that's an interesting.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know either.
Yeah, they just kind of have to be occupied. And you can't have disadvantage. So if I'm slipping on stuff or whatever, I can't do it.
Gotcha. All right, ruffian number 1 is right up here. I'm gonna roll to see whether he goes for bounty or Thamius. So 1, 2, 3, it's bounty. 4, 5, 6, it's Thamius. It is a bounty target.
Oh,
Oh no.
1 is on bounty. Dun, 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 dun. That's a miss. Oh, yeah,
Nice,
that's
Bounty.
right.
Nice.
oof. I don't have much AC.
All right. Same thing again. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Bounty 4, 5, 6. Thamius. Again. Ruffian 2 says bounty.
Pick on someone your own size.
That's a hit.
Oh no. No.
Okay. Ruffian 3, same thing. We've got Ruffian 3. Oh man, they really like bounty code for some. He's an elf, that's why.
I pissed him off. I'm the one that scared him away earlier.
You have to work on your
My
AC
gosh.
bounty code.
Oh my gosh.
My robe is just not that.
It's not for that. It's not for that.
Yeah, he's not usually front line.
Ooh, automatic miss, critical failure. How bad did he crit fail? We're gonna give it a 3. So he's gonna shoot an arrow at you. It's gonna go wide, and I'm gonna roll another 6 to see whether or not it hits the guy across the way. It does not. Ruffian 5 is that guy over there. It's a miss.
Nice, Bounty.
Number 6.
Oh, it's a lot of
It's
A lot of
go.
dudes.
It's a hit. Which one is 10? 10 is going to go after Bim. It's a
Oh
miss.
yeah. Lightning fast.
It's going to go after Galoon. It's a hit. Ruffian number 9 is going to go after Chrisma. It's a hit. Crossbow. Okay.
Goodness.
Chrisma, your turn.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to attack the ruffian number 7 that is close to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Choose. to use my rapier.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Okay.
Get him. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, that's a dead rogue.
Uh,
Okay, next up is Bim.
As long as you'll allow this, I would like to fly to the top of this rooftop up here.
You'll need to disengage first. Let's have that be a DC. Here, let's think about this for a minute. These two guys have crossbows. You're attempting to fly away. I'm gonna give them a couple of shots at you as
Fair
you
enough.
do that. But yeah, let's Ruffian 10. That's a miss. And what's the other one? Ruffian 9
Yeah, 9 and 10.
gets rid of. Hang on, I may have targeted. Nope, I'm targeting the wrong person.
There you go. Bim.
Yeah. I had the wrong guy. Krishna, Bim. There we go. You got lucky,
Nice.
sir. So
Nice.
I'll give it to
Oof.
you.
Some
Woohoo!
good flying.
Okay. So you're up top now. I think you still have time for an
All right,
action.
perfect. So I'll pop a shot at Ruffian number 10. Whoops. I gotta go that one first. Oh,
That's a miss.
and I missed.
Galoon.
All right, so I'm going to charge Ruffian, Big Mouth Ruffian number 3
Okay.
with my Warhammer.
Number
Here, I'm gonna move you up.
3.
Oh, right.
No, it's all good. This is more for visual purposes than anything else. So that's a hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Thamius.
All right. I am going to slide up here, right above her, in between these guys.
Okay.
And try to hit this number 3 with my longsword. That's not good. That was a miss.
Bounty code.
I think I need to. I think I would need to throw a heal on myself.
Yeah.
Now we haven't calculated these yet, but you automatically are going to get a +1 from your. You'd already gotten to rank 4, so you get a +1 on your heals. Plus you have the robe now, so that's going to be a +4 across the board for your heal spells.
I've added them to my spells.
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, that's my round.
Yeah.
Okay. Brock, you're up.
Okay. Gonna move. Sure where to put him.
Exactly.
Me pregunta. 1 second, I gotta ask Chris something real quick. ¿Todos hicieron pipí y popó hace rato o
It's a
no?
smart move, Sparrow.
Que mejor dejan todos
You're about to
salir.
find out why. That's a really smart move.
Oh, cool.
All right, so Brock's
forgot
moving
about
up.
it.
Yeah. I'm going after 3.
That is a chompy chomp.
Nice.
That is
Nice.
a dead
The leader is
Ruffian.
dead. Do they all flee?
Nice try. All right,
I
You
tried.
had to try.
Skinny, you're up.
I think he said in chat he had to drop out or something.
Oh yes, he did, but he's back. You're muted, Skin.
Oh, he did? Sorry, was that in Discord or something?
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I forgot I had switched it on the headset and muted in Discord. So I'm going to disengage with cunning action, and then I'll move down here and attack this one by Chris.
Okay.
There we go. And
That's a hit.
woohoo.
Kill him.
I'm hoping.
She hurt him pretty bad. Oh
That's
yeah,
a
he's
dead.
dead.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nicely
Dead
done.
ruffian. All right.
Yeah.
All right, now before we
So-
move into these guys' turns, something I forgot about Rimfo last
Mhm.
turn is all these people gathered around me. If anything attacks them, they have to roll disadvantage because of my defensive
Yeah.
abilities.
So by the way, that
Nice.
video I watched today, which we're gonna need to set up either after this stream or before our next stream, that guy teaches us how to set all that stuff up so it's almost automatic.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Some of it's
Okay.
Very
not.
cool.
Some of it's not entirely automatic. Like the disengage stuff, which I think is what you're talking about. Not disengage. Sorry. The disadvantage if they're within a certain radius of you because you can block their attacks.
Let me see, Catherine.
And,
Right,
and
right.
cause them to roll a disadvantage. We can actually set up a macro for that to where all you do is drag
Awesome.
that onto the guy and it'll
Good job.
roll badly for him. But in any case,
Okay.
I get what you mean. So for the meantime, we'll have to do it manually. So anybody who's attacking, it'll be Bounty or Brock or
Galoon is
Galoon.
we're
I
on
need
top of each
to
other.
yeah, just for the purposes of visuals here, I gotta kind of separate the four
Yeah,
of you out so I
yeah.
can see your icons. But you're all here within the same area.
So all
So
those attacks that first round should have been disadvantage.
Should have been, yeah. I forgot about it. Yeah.
okay.
I'll try to remember.
Yeah, I won't forget again.
All right. Okay. Here, I'm gonna roll.
I thought that was fighter only. I didn't know Paladins got it.
1, 2, 3. He's gonna switch to another target. 4, 5, 6. He stays on Bounty.
So is that something I have as a fighter?
No, because you're not a
Oh,
fighter.
okay.
We just use that as your base for the roll. So it's he's gonna
Gotcha.
switch to a different target. We're gonna switch to Galoon. This is Ruffian 1. He's gonna switch from Bounty to Galoon because you just roared in with your crazy pet and it scared him.
I'll be
He's
scared
like, "What
too.
is this? Attack it!"
It's some kind of beaver. That's what I think it is.
Same thing. 1, 2, 3. It stays on Bounty. 4, 5, 6. It switches. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. It switches. 4, 5, 6. It stays on Bounty. That's a hit. Man, what is your armor class?
Is he doing?
Dang,
are you,
even
are
with the
you,
disadvantage?
was that wasn't with
Excuse me.
disadvantage?
Thank you for reminding me about the disadvantage. We need to.
Just roll again.
I got ahead of
and
myself because of I got to get rid of the
Whichever one's a bigger one won't.
I got to go to
so.
Bounty and take 7. Thank you for calling me out on that. We have cat stuff going on, so I was freaking out about that stuff. All right. So we have another roll. It's still a hit.
Still a hit, yeah.
Yeah. Where are we at? Damage. Okay. Thamius, the disadvantage doesn't count when it's on you, correct?
No, right. I don't get it. It's just other people around me.
Okay, that's a miss. Okay, 1, 2, 3 goes to somebody else. 4, 5, 6. It stays on Bounty. It stays on Bounty. He rolls at a disadvantage.
Yes.
It's a hit.
Golly.
Oh, sorry, I just rolled the wrong. Clicked the wrong button. Okay,
Jeez.
he's down. Skinny, you moved away.
Jeez, Bounty's down.
But I'm back.
Yeah, this guy's gonna roll in and go to Thamius since you moved away. And this guy's still going to fire at Bim. That's a hit.
Oh,
Pew pew. Chrisma, your turn.
Okay, what? Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I'm going to attack the ruffian number 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, something I hadn't considered because she's a rogue, she also gets that. It's a sneak. It's that counts as a sneak attack, right?
what's that?
Beginning.
Sorry.
If they're engaged and distracted, it counts as a sneak attack.
Yep. So
So
she gets. You don't get advantage for it, but she does get the extra
roll
damage.
extra damage. All
The
right. So
d6. Yep.
roll your normal damage, Chris.
Okay.
Now
Nice.
you can also roll a 6-sided die. So remember this. Your piece of paper's in front of it, but the square one. ¿Qué dicen 6? Es extra daño. I'm going to explain this in Spanish to her so she understands. Cuando tú atacas un objetivo y es distraída, atacando a uno de sus amigos y uno de sus amigos es en 5 metros de usted, puedes añadir extra 6 puntos de daño, bueno, máximo de 6 puntos de daño a su rol, después su daño normal. Entonces simplemente clic esto para tirarlo para ver cuánto extra. No, en la charla, exactamente. Perfecto. That was Ruffian 4.
4.
Yep.
Ruffian 4 is dead.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
And
Bam.
just
Go
so you
ahead.
know, it is only once per turn. So like if there's attacks of opportunity or anything like that,
It
like
only
if you've
counts
used it,
for
it
the.
won't add for that.
Okay. Perfect. Bim. That's a hit. Rain of
Sharpshooter.
tiny little toothpicks from above. Galoon.
Okay. Which ones are in front of me here? We got 2 and 1. They're both healthy. All right, I'll go for 2.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
That's a dead and dying ruffian.
Nice.
Okay.
Smush.
Thamius.
So he's unconscious, so I
Mhm.
should be able to lay on hands him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that and lay on hands in this game. I think it'll do it automatically. Let's
It
see.
should automatically do it.
Should be 7, I think is all I can do if I remember right.
Well, if you just, yeah, you should be able to
You
click
tar-
him and just target him and
target
then
me?
do your lay hands.
the heck do you cast this at? There it is. Okay.
Voila.
Okay, yep, it worked. But that's all I got.
Thank you.
That's it.
Bountycoat feels a jolt of energy as he comes springing back from the brink of unconsciousness.
Can I do one bonus action as I was laying on hands? So as I was doing that,
No, you can't touch him there.
I'm not trying to take it from him. But as I'm doing it, I am going to just double check where I saw him put that letter that it is still in his robe. Can I do that? I'm just checking to make sure it's still there.
That's a sleight of hand move.
Okay.
I'll give it a DC at 18. That's a pretty.
I'm not trying to take it. I'm just checking for
Yeah,
it that I
you're
feel that it's in there.
middle of combat. You did lots of
Yeah,
stuff going
yeah.
on. Yeah, you need
All
an
right, all right.
18 or better.
Sleight of hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, baby. Nope. Almost.
Yeah, that's
Well,
close.
Your fingers brushed the edge of his pocket.
And by the way, Mugen saw one of your cats walk by and thought he had a robe on.
No, they've got flexi cones because they just had all that surgery. They all got spayed and neutered.
He was like, dang, even the cats are
Even the
doing it.
cats got robes. We're deep in the role play here, ladies and gentlemen. Our cats also have robes and capes. Bounty code, it's your turn.
All right. Number 10 is wounded.
Mm-hmm.
I will try a firebolt.
Aim well.
Being well and true. Oh, well.
All right.
That's a miss. Brock.
Hmm. See. Is anyone on 1, 5, or 6 yet? Like, has anybody taken swings at those?
Not in hit, I don't think. And if they did, it must not
No.
have
Right.
been for much.
All right.
I don't think anybody has, though. I think I tried to hit one and missed.
I think 1. I'll send him up to 1.
Okay.
He's out of my range.
Okay.
He rolled an 8.
Mhm.
Okay. I was looking to see. It looked like it said 1, and I was like, what? At Ruffian 1. was what I
Ruffian
noticed.
1,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was
Mhm.
looking at. I was like, wait, what's going on there? Skinny, you're up.
Okay, I'll disengage and come right up next to the pally, so I'm harder to hit. And I'll attack 6.
That is a hit.
Woohoo.
Oh, yeah, that's
Healing.
dead.
Oh,
That's,
man, you're good at those bonus rolls. Dang.
which one is that? That's Ruffian 6, right?
Yep.
Was it 6? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Targeting Galoon with a disadvantage. That's a hit. Okay. Targeting Bounty Code with a
Oh, my goodness.
disadvantage.
Please miss. Oh, my God.
Sorry, Bounty.
No. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, gee.
Oh my god.
All right, Bim.
Tanking
Pew, pew.
cleric.
That's a miss. Chrisma, your turn.
Okay. No.
I guess you're not a cleric. Edge mage.
I wish I was a cleric.
Yeah, you'd have some chainmail.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it too late to change classes?
Well, if you continue to die, maybe.
There you go. Careful what you wish for.
In your next life.
Yeah.
You're going for number 1, Chris.
Yeah, we need to be.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
That's a miss.
Oh,
Bim.
yeah.
Yep, just going for the same guy here.
So here's a question. Does the sneak attack stuff work for bows as well, or does it have to be melee?
It
I'd
can
say it
be-
has to be melee.
Okay, because he's not a rogue. I'm just curious if you were to do a ranged attack in that situation.
Well, hang on.
I don't know. I
Pretty
guess.
sure-
Yeah, because if they're within 5 feet of another,
Right.
I guess it would. Yeah. By reading it, yeah.
All right, Galoon, you're up.
All right. Am I close enough? Do I need to move to
No,
1?
you're good.
Okay.
It's mostly just for visual representation.
Okay. Taking a swing.
Oh, that's
Nice.
gonna be a dead
There we
ruffian.
go.
How dead is the ruffian though? Let's just
Yeah,
see
how-
how dead does he get.
Squeesh.
Oh
No,
yeah,
he gets dying.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Your mighty swing hits one of his knees, knocks him down, and you swing the hammer back around and smash his skull in as he falls to the ground.
Okay. Can I use an action surge to attack
Sure.
the other guy? 5?
Yep.
Is that how that works?
Mhm.
Okay.
You can use action share. It gives you another action for the round.
Yeah, it says on your turn.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. Um.
That is also a hit.
Nice.
mhm. Okay.
Okay. Thamius.
All right. I'm sorry, Bounty. I have nothing more. We go around them here and come up to Ruffian 5. I tried to move Bounty by accident. I'm sorry. It let me. Even weirder.
I might not have tokens locked, so who knows?
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna go for the longsword. Come on, kill this bad boy. Come on.
That's a hit.
Nice.
All right. With a mighty 3.
That is a dead
That works.
ruffian.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. As the lone guy who's hanging back with his crossbow sees this, all his buddies are suddenly dead. The heat of battle. He's gonna turn and run.
Oh, Brock
Um,
wants to go get him.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
give.
scream after him.
Gonna
Look after him.
Finish
Tell
him.
your friends.
I'm gonna give Bim an opportunity. You'll get
I was
a.
just say, I'm on the rooftop.
Yeah,
I've been
you're on a
watching this
rooftop.
guy.
You've totally got an attack of opportunity on Ruffian 10.
Oh.
All right.
Dead men
That's an
tell,
advantage
tell no
attack.
tales.
So
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't. I'll
no,
just,
roll
almost.
again. Roll again. It's.
I roll again for
Yeah,
advantage.
I'm giving
Mhm.
you. I'm giving you this. That's
Oh,
a
there we
hit.
go.
Nice.
Don't screw it up.
Nice.
Nice.
So a little toothpick arrow flies down, catches the guy in the back of the throat, and all right, you managed to survive a big critical encounter off of the encounter table. Congratulations.
Woohoo.
Well, most
Well, mostly.
Most of us.
Most of us.
So I'm going to scoop Bounty up and
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna scoop him up and I'm gonna tell the group we should get him to the church immediately for healing.
That sounds
sounds like a good
idea.
plan.
Okay.
Why don't we take him back to the circle for healing?
You're
Because
way
we're
closer
closer to the church.
Oh, we're
Church.
close to the
It's way
church.
We don't
closer
want
to
to
the
get
church.
attacked again. These streets are getting more dangerous by the hour.
And it's
Yeah.
getting dark.
And it's
I
getting
agree.
dark. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to wrap the session because we are a little bit past 10 p.m., which is our normal stopping point. So when we pick up again next week, we will be making our way to the church with a high elf who needs healing. Oh, that's gonna be interesting next week.
That's
This
gonna
is gonna be really
I got this,
interesting.
Bounty. I got this.
Thank you.
Fun times ahead.
Uh-huh.
So for everyone who watched tonight, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for spending the points. We can't forget about the book. So remember, we're gonna cover that next week. Who spent the points in that? Breakout?
Breakout.
Breakout.
Thanks for that,
Breakout
Breakout.
always coming in with the interesting things.
Yeah, the rest of you, if you're watching these, you earning points for watching. You can spend those points to give an item to a player. You can control a player's actions, or you control my actions eventually if you save up enough points. So just by tuning in and watching, you'll earn points. Thanks so much for being here, everybody who's been following along. This is our third session as we dive deeper into the world of the Weave and the Void. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. But let's do the commercial stuff here so that we can wrap this up, everybody. Don't forget, this is a homebrew campaign based on the world of the Weave and the Void, which is our setting for the Wandering Hermits. The digital version of the source book with the module that we're playing right now is available. You can buy a standalone copy at weaveandvoid.com, or you can go over to the Patreon page and subscribe at the Dungeon Master tier. You get the book, you get the maps that we're using. There's a map pack with 20 different maps at 8K resolution. There is a bunch of other stuff. We're going to be having Nathan do some avatar stuff for us later on. So there'll be an avatar pack. Get a whole bunch of stuff for being a subscriber. There's also other tiers, so you can check all that stuff out. And of course, if you're a subscriber and you hang out with us over Patreon, you also get the next module as part of your subscription. So there's a lot of reasons to want to subscribe. There's also the point and click adventure game if you want to download the demo for that and check that out. And there's the book series, chapter 21 of which just went live last week. So check all that stuff out. And don't forget, in July, mid to late July, we're still ironing out the timeline a little bit. we will have a Kickstarter coming down the pipeline for hardback versions of the source book and the first campaign module, which has art from Chris. It has art from Nathan, aka Thamius. It has art from Sparrow and Bounty's daughter Becca. Some monster creature stuff, which there's another creature being worked on now that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So check all that stuff out, everybody. Don't forget, if you're watching here on Twitch, to follow along. And if you want to support, you can always drop a subscription. It's a great way to say thanks for what we're doing here. If you're watching over on YouTube, you can subscribe, like, hit the bell icon, all those good things. Don't forget to join us in Discord. Links are down below. I'll let everybody else sign off as we say goodnight.
Good night.
Night all.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Good night. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Night night.
See you next time, everybody.